to step back from IT for a bit, but here you are, you're coming back into it, helping Greg on his mission a little bit, but seeing the importance of that human connection. Is there a way to balance both?
Whoa. That's a big question. There's no avoiding IT. I don't think you can, unless you run away and hide in the woods and completely go off the grid. So there's a lot of benefits from us being connected the way we are virtually. So I'm thankful that I have the experience, especially, as somebody who's in their 60s. I'm not a 30-year-old or a 20-year-old, to be able to have the ability to move around in the IT space with relative ease and know as much as I do. I'm really thankful for that, because it also allows me to, I think, disconnect from pieces and use it wisely, and
Hmm.
not be sucked into some of the negativity and the negative parts of IT, and use the good parts of it. But it kind of chose me. It was never something that, I guess just because of my age, it wasn't available when we were growing up. And even when I started having my children, they were born in the late 80s. Computers and cell phones, all of that didn't exist. So it really was never a part of my life, but it kind of found me when I moved to North Carolina. And I have a creative background in interior design. So it was, and when I did my interior design, this just tells you how old I am. When I stopped doing interior design, when I had my twins in 87, everything I was doing was still pen and ink. It was all still scaled out manually. I never did any of my design work on a computer. It was just coming into fashion, and they were big, sort of mainframes, CAD systems. There was none of this, tablet or anything. So it really, my creativity was all sort of hands-on type of thing. So to blend it in, when I started learning web development and IT and Photoshop and Illustrator and all of the other things that we have at our disposal now, that I don't know if anybody does anything manually by hand unless you're maybe a fine artist. Everything can be done on a computer. But I think it allowed me to meld the two really nicely together, to have that, I guess it's, that classical background and actually doing everything by hand. Pen and ink makes it sound like I'm in the Middle Ages or something, but it wasn't that long ago. So yeah, it's always great to add new skills, and I'm continuing to add more. So I don't think you can separate any of it. It all builds on one thing builds on the next. I hope that answered your question.
It does. And it makes me think of you like a